Look at the damage done by plastic bags. It is everywhere.
Not long ago, lots of politicians were so eager to say,
"Let's ban plastic bags."
Lots of places did ban them, but now they're busy taking it back.
A lift on local bans of plastic bags.
Instead, they're banning their once favored substitute, reusable bags.
No use of reusable bags.
Of course, this is because of the pandemic.
The bags could bring the virus into the store.
Reusable bags were already bringing bacteria in. People were supposed to wash those bags, but it turned out
97% never wash their bags.
So plastic bags replacements are crawling with bacteria.
If you take your reusable bags into the store, they're touching everything, and you have 5 people touch them before you bring them out.
After plastic was banned in San Francisco, food poisoning deaths increased. But Greenpeace says disease fears are misinformation from right-wing think tanks pushing their pro-pollution agendas.
There are no studies or no evidence that reusable bags are transmitting viruses, particularly the coronavirus.
Alex Truelove of the Public Interest Research Group is right about the lack of human COVID-19 studies. But when millions of piglets died of swine coronavirus,
the Agriculture Department concluded that the reusable feed bags were the likely cause.
It's a hard one to equate to our experiences around a grocery store. I mean, we're not dragging our reusable bags through pigsties.
As soon as this crisis is over, we're going to go back to all paper bags.
Some politicians still can't wait to ban plastic.
Politicians are always just looking for something to do. They want to look like that they stand for something.
Supermarket executive Andrea Katsimides complains that paper bags cost much more.
How greedy are you? Make a few pennies less.
It sounds like a couple pennies, but really when you're talking about billions of bags, it really adds up.
What if you need that last 5 cents to pay for something else and you don't have it because you just put your money in a bag?
A bag that doesn't hold as much.
Look at this. That point was proven a moment later. When his bag ripped.
These things are convenient. They're light and cheap. I like them. Why do you have to take away everything that's convenient?
Over 2/3 of everything we use is not recycled or composted and just ends up somewhere like a landfill.
But why is dumping things in landfills a problem? People think we're running out of room for landfills, but that's absurd.
If you just take a look at where you live from the air, you wouldn't even be able to see where the landfill is. There's such a small pinpoint on the map.
Environmental economist Ross McKittrick points out that all of America's trash for the entire century would fit into one landfill just 18 miles square. And today, landfills hardly pollute.
These days, a landfill typically contains many layers to keep it safe and secure.
And once they're full,
we build on top of them, or they're turned into parks.
But what about all that plastic pollution in the ocean?
Companies are choosing to make something that will be used just once, from a material that lasts forever.
8 million metric tons of plastic enters the ocean every year.
Green groups like his are convincing people that plastic is terrible.
We definitely need to do something about the environment. I mean, we're killing ourselves, man.
Your opponents are winning.
They win by getting people alarmed about an actual problem, namely plastics in the ocean, and then misleading them about their role in it.
One garbage truck of plastic is dumped in the sea every minute.
Let's get some facts on the table about where that plastic comes from.
Almost 90% comes from Asia and Africa.
The North American fraction is less than 1%.
What we do in America isn't going to make any difference.
We should do what we can with our own power to reduce our own waste and set an example for the rest of the world.
That's just posturing. The rest of the world isn't looking to see what you do with your Starbucks cup. If we are concerned about other countries' waste going into their river systems, there are better things that we can do. We can share with them the technology so they can process their waste better. That is not the same as imposing on consumers tiresome inconveniences in the hopes that it's going to somehow change behavior on the other side of the planet.
Hope you learned something from this video. Please click that button to help us make more.